You're looking live at the most important interview that I've ever done in the history of Lee Pitts Live. Fortunately, I've done about 25,000 interviews, but there's no interviews in all of that time, over the 33 years, that is more important than when I interview Southern Charm Bistro. You know why? They bring food.
Right.
If you want to get on my top 5 of all time, bring food. When you start bringing in stuff like this, what am I looking at here?
Some barbecue turkey
Loren,
wings.
Skinny, I need you, bro. I'm looking at what?
It's barbecue turkey wings.
Barbecue turkey.
Mashed potatoes and a little bit of maple glazed Brussels sprouts.
All right, Skinny, here we go. Barbecue turkey wings, Brussels sprout,
Mashed potatoes.
a
A little gravy on top.
little gravy on top. I know what to do with this soon. I will get to that. We also have here, as a part, I'm trying to get my cameraman to come up here and get me a tight shot, but whatever it takes, we also have, what do we have right here?
Our fried chicken, our famous fried chicken.
Yes, sir. And I see my
Your
favorite biscuit
biscuits.
there.
Yep. Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
And this is one of our harvest bowls that we rotate in and out on the menu depending on what's available. So our harvest bowls are for our vegetarians or vegans.
Okay.
So we have, at the top, you have sweet potatoes that are glazed in a little bit of tangerine juice and maple syrup, some squash.
The Harvest Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's Archie Haywood love that
That's-
stuff because he's just a so-called vegetarian.
Here comes it.
Then when I see him around the corner, he's knocking out some ribs and stuff. Gotcha, Archie. Former judge. But I see him in there all the time. You get a lot of, at Southern Charm Bistro, it's an experience.
Right.
Whenever I come in there, all types of people are there from all walks of life.
That's right.
And it's like, it's about the community, would you say, Brock?
Right. Yeah, when people come in, it surprised us when we first started the restaurant. We was like, wow, everyone knows each other. So it's like, it's a who's who that comes into the restaurant. It's people that grew up with each other for 20, 30 years. You have the judge, like Archie. We have attorneys come in. We might have Michelle Hilton, who's the director of CRA. And then you have just the local people that have grown up in Dunbar community. So it was fascinating to see the camaraderie, the people that come in, they knew each other. So we looked at each other like, wow, we really started something here.
Yeah.
And a lot of special events. People can rent the place for all types of parties and things. You might even walk in there and see Lee Pitts grooving in there, huh?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've come there a couple of times. I for Wendy's party, I just was not invited. I just showed up.
Yes, you did.
Like I say, like who's gonna turn Lee Pitts away? You know, I use my celebrity status. Then of course, when I walked in, I handed Wendy some cash,
Right.
and you were cool.
You were good
Wendy
to go.
was trying y'all, and that was her birthday party. Was it 50 years old or 60? I think she was 60. She's right up there with me. Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about that, Loren and Brock. I'm gonna get to both of you. We didn't do anything formal. We just went into the interview. I would normally say who your titles are, but people sit on screen. So you guys are the co-owners of one of the best restaurants in the state of Florida, Southern Charm Bistro. Has a Southern twist to it. You can hear some nice music in there as well. And we'll see images, but just talk about the concept of the restaurant and what it means to the community to you, Loren.
I feel like the concept gathers the community together
As you talk, I'll be eating. Go ahead.
because of the food first, of course. What I try to do is take Southern dishes that people are used to knowing and like just tweaking them a little bit. Not to the point where people are like, I don't understand this, I don't know what it is. We just refine it a little bit, add a little bit more flavor to it, and people enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Southern Charm Bistro, your hours, Brock. I know you change them from time to time.
Right.
And location.
Well, location is at 10970 South Cleveland Avenue, Suite 103. If you're familiar with the area, we're on the southwest corner of Boy Scout and 41, directly across the street from Page Field. Now, hours do vary, like you mentioned. Like during the summer, we switch from 4:30 to 9 in the evening. That gives us the time. Our kids are still in school, so it gives us the time to spend time with them during the day. Once they go back to school, usually after Labor Day, we switch our hours back from 11 to 3. And now we're actually going to switch our hours we'll be open from Wednesday through Sunday, including Saturdays, from 11 to 3.
Outstanding. I know I'm supposed to be talking food in my mouth, but what I'm eating is turkey. You said barbecue turkey?
Turkey wings. Yes,
Turkey wing. And technically I don't eat red meat.
Mm.
this tastes so good. I can go with this from now until the end of time.
Right.
Turkey is a great meat to eat.
Right.
What has been the response from people to this turkey delicacy?
Well, you can actually ask Brock that. It's one of his favorites. He loves our turkey wings. It's a process though. So what I do is I sear off the turkey wings in the oven like a high heat, and then I braise them in like turkey broth, and then I drop fry them. So you get the crispness on the outside from the skin. So kind of render some of that fat so it's not too, like gelatin-like. And then we pour the sauce over. So we just switch it up a little bit. We give a little love to each of the things that we do. So it makes it taste really good.
And this has not in any way, Brock, replaced my oxtails, has it?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
It doesn't. The oxtails is a staple. As you know, you love it. So, yeah.
When I eat at Southern Charm Bistro, where I get the takeout, or when people know they can get takeout, they can order here. We can have private events there.
We do caterings.
The biscuits is outstanding. People have seen those biscuits too at Lee Pitts Live After Work.
Right.
When you come in there with those biscuits at Lee Pitts Live After Work, they go so fast.
They fly.
Let's talk about what makes those biscuits. I'm gonna get you talking a little bit here, Brock. What is it about those biscuits that people just can't get enough of them?
Well, it's like typical, when people eat biscuits, they got to be hot out of the oven, right? Our biscuits are very unusual. It's like even at room temperature, you get that real softness in them, and it just melts into your mouth. Now, as far as how you
go
actually
ahead and let it melt while you're talking. Go ahead.
exactly how you actually make them, she's the master chef when it comes to that. I'm just a taste tester. I'll tell her, hey, let's tweak it here. It literally took us a whole year to figure out that recipe. We've tried different iterations, and we just couldn't nail it down. And one day, she just said, you know what? I can try something a little bit different. I'm gonna throw an ingredient that people would normally do. Can't tell you the secret,
Right.
but it just took it to the next level. And
You got that secret something, huh?
Yes, sir.
she got that secret something.
And
Now,
I
to
don't
give
know
you a
if
little, sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Give you a little back history. And we're going to start selling our biscuits
well, I was gonna get to
and
go ahead.
packaging. So, we'll show you some images so you can see the packaging. That's going to be something also we're going to launch after Labor Day, where people can come in and actually buy the frozen biscuits. And we're working with different distributors and grocery stores to actually be able to put our biscuits in the frozen aisle. So when you go to the grocery store, Publix, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, places like that, even Walmart's, you'll be able to actually go buy Southern Charm biscuits.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's progress.
that's
Yes,
progress.
And they'll be all around the world eventually.
Yes, we're working on it. We're working on it.
Keep working on it. Keep that entrepreneur and pioneering spirit, because Southern Charm Bistro in itself is a pioneering, imaginatory experience, because it started off as little chefs for kids.
Yes.
I love that story. Would you please share it in a capsule of that story and how it evolved to us now having a great Southern jazzy full service restaurant there, Loren?
Yes. So about 2017, I opened up Little Chefs in Training. And I work with kids, the youth. I work with people with disabilities. We did cooking classes, summer camps. I actually did them in some of the local schools. So we did that for about 5 years, and it was very popular. We even worked with like Boys and Girls Club, the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. So we did a lot of things. And for 5 years we did that. But when COVID happened, we had to close up shop. So we closed up shop for about a year. And during that time, I was like, well, what else can I do during this time that kind of like, keep the business going? So I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and open up like DoorDash and Uber Eats, because that's what everybody was doing, was ordering off to go. They couldn't go into any restaurants or stores. And I started doing a takeout menu, and people would do pickup or delivery. And that's kind of how it morphed into me like creating a menu and pulling in ideas and thinking about what does Fort Myers really need that we don't have. So we spent time and did some research, and we came up with the concept of doing a Southern restaurant that could be dine-in, but also we can do entertainment like jazz music, different things like that to pull people into the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And now we are blessed with Southern Charm Bistro.
Yes, and we've been Southern Charm for about 2 years. So we basically been in business for 7 years, fully 7 years.
Yeah, that's great. Let's take a look at a commercial that you see on our show featuring Southern Charm Bistro. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Brock. This is my lovely wife, Loren.
And we're the proud owners of Southern Charm Bistro. Our restaurant serves a Southern style cuisine with a gourmet twist. We are known for our delicious home-style one-of-a-kind biscuits.
We also serve our traditional fried chicken that is marinated in natural herbs and spices, along with familiar, unique Southern-style dishes.
Our restaurant is reminiscent of an old-school jazz club with a hint of Southern hospitality. We also offer catering and we host private parties.
Stop and smell the biscuits at Southern Charm Bistro.
Now we see Brock, when we see that commercial, we hear the music, the jazzy feel, you know, just the people in there, just the camaraderie, you guys behind the bar, all of that. Now, it's fair to say you have a full bar there as well. You can have drinks there.
Yes, we can have drinks. We don't have a full liquor bar. We just sell beer and wine, but it is a bar. You can come in, enjoy great wine, great beer. We even feature some local brewery beer, you know, just to kind of, you know, let people know that, hey, we support the community also. And our wine is top notch. We have a Moscato that people love that you can't get in the States. You can't go to your local wine stores or alcohol stores. You can only get it through our distributor, and it comes to Italy. And the Moscato flies off the shelves. People love it. So, you know, it's a great place to get great food, of course, and then really be able to enjoy yourself and drink some good wine and beer.
Sometimes you have live entertainment there too as well.
We do. We featured, you know, everyone knows
Blue Note.
Blue Note. She's came here. Matter of fact, she did our first event. You know, she performed there. We've had, you know, jazzing. We had a violinist come in. We've had a saxophonist come in. We've actually had people do like a spoken word, some poetry. So that's the kind of vibe that we want to create. You know, not that we don't want the young crowd, but our facility, our establishment is very welcoming. It's very, you know, old school. You look at some of the pictures, you got Cap Calloway, you got who else? Diana Ross. You got all the, you know, the musicians that my grandparents and my mom and dad grew up listening to. And we love that type of music too. So that's the kind of feel and the environment we want to have.
When I walked in there and you know, I came there with my wife later on because I took the food. I don't know if I told you I'll come, I don't know if I can grab some biscuits before I get out here. I'll talk to y'all about that. Cause I can take my wife back some biscuits.
Otherwise,
She'll kill me. Yeah. So I don't know if y'all gonna have time. Maybe can I get them this evening? The biscuits? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll come by and pick up a dozen of biscuits. So she'll run me crazy. Or maybe tomorrow after the funeral, I gotta go to a funeral. So long story, I'm getting into too much stuff on
We
TV.
got you, sir.
Right.
But right here, I'm eating mac and cheese.
Yes.
Now, it's rare that you can go to a restaurant and get that mac and cheese that tastes like what grandma cooked and what auntie cooked and what mom cooked. Your mac and cheese, I'm letting you guys know, this is real mac and cheese, like in the house. Talk about how you able to maintain that home flavor in a restaurant like that, to take care of those little details like this great mac and cheese and this fried chicken.
Well, it's really attention to detail. So even over the course of being a cooking instructor, I learned a lot of things that helped me kind of pivot to Southern Charm. So with the mac and cheese, I was like, well, I particularly don't care for baked mac and cheese, but a lot of people do. But I wanted to find that middle ground where it was still saucy, but still had that remnants of like a little bit of baked. So we actually make it to order. So if someone like orders mac and cheese, we take our pasta that's been like tender, boiled, put it in the pan, we do some heavy cream, we do some different cheeses, and then we season it to order. And we make it, like we cook it till like bubbly on top. You get a little bit of that brown crust and that cheesiness, and then we put it right in the pot. Yep.
Your menu is extensive. Your menu. And to me, you already have a pretty extensive menu in terms of a variety, from fish to chicken to turkey to all types of stuff.
Right.
But I notice when I come in and if I ask for something kind of custom, like can you add a little bit of this, can you twist that a little bit? You guys are able to do that too. Most restaurants don't even listen to the customer. You guys listen, talk about that.
Right. Yeah. Our job is it's like if we want to go out to it and get food, we want to serve food that we would like to eat. So we give our customers the option to say, hey, you might have someone that's, you know, maybe you know, they're vegan or something, or, you know, they would want something that doesn't have meat. Or you might have someone that's allergic to certain, like, you know, ingredients. It's our job to listen to our customers to provide it. And we have the flexibility to be able to switch it up on the fly. And Loren, she's very creative in how she prepares the food. She can do that with no problem and still give you that same flavor that will exist whether or not we changed out the ingredients or not.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to people like candidate Michael Colombo, coming there to your restaurant, bringing some of his supporters, having a little meeting there, a little meet and greet type thing.
Absolutely.
Those are the type people, that's a perfect place for that. I do have a bone to pick with you, Loren. I love messing with you. You know I love you to death. I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking some of your tea, okay? I love that tea, but you know I love that lemonade too. You didn't bring me any lemonade. I come by and get it later on, but that lemonade and that tea that you guys got, you know, every time I come in, I'm drinking all of your lemonade and all of your tea. What? I know everything is a secret, but it's just so good.
So the tea, we make it. So the tea, I actually like steep the Lipton tea bags
Okay.
over a course of time. So you get that deep flavor and it doesn't taste like water. It actually tastes like tea. And then I make a simple syrup, like a big batch of like sugar water. But we use organic sugar. So that way when you drink it, you don't get like this corally sweet, you know, flavor. It has a really good balance, you know. So I make it to, you know, and that's why it tastes really good.
You guys, does she run you crazy with this box? She everything detailed.
Oh, everything is detailed, and that's why
Wait, you're worse.
I was gonna say
I
that.
know you like that too, Rob.
I was gonna say that's why we
Oh my
work
God.
very well
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
You know, obviously, we've been married nearly 19 years, and that's how we work really well together. I'm attention to detail, probably to almost to a fault in a sense, but this is how we make a masterpiece. You know, you have to worry about that.
You guys showed off. I know you catered a lot of big events,
Right.
but every time you catered Lepis Live events, I'm doing these big events, right? Where it's a Lepis Live Person of the Year award or Black History Month concert.
Right.
And I'm expecting people to talk about how they enjoyed the event and all of that. And all they talking about is the food. Yo, y'all, I mean, your food steals the show, the detail. Loren,
Yes.
when you came in there for Black History Month concert that we put on over at Dunbar Community School, each item was in these little specialty something. It was just so cute.
Thank you.
Talk about your catering business and this world class and how people can take advantage of that as to any size event. Go.
So we do any size event as far as catering. If you go on our website, southernturnbistro.com, there is a page for catering that you can like reference, put in information, and request a date for. So we have separate menus for catering.
Okay.
For your event, we actually did our Southern oxtail, but we played it a little differently. So we did the individual little pieces of oxtail. We had our white butter bean sauce at the bottom. And what did we put on top?
It was a little purple.
Oh, the purple cabbage. Yeah, so purple cabbage on top. People devoured it. There was literally no food
No
after the
food
show.
left.
And then we did our salmon bites, our hot honey salmon bites, which is super popular. So what I do is marinating is important, processing everything, like taking everything a few days before, seasoning it to get the flavor in there is really important. So we take steps to make sure that happens. You know, so we care about our food, we care about what people think about it. So we just make sure that it tastes good.
Right.
And he's my taste tester.
Right.
So
Excuse me, mom, and teachers out there for talking food in my mouth, but it's your command performance. Rock, I want to stay on catering for a minute, let people know.
Yep.
Cater all size event. You guys were like, hey, Lee, we want to come out there in advance and do a walkthrough. You guys, that detail.
Oh yeah.
Walkthrough in advance, know everything needs to be laid out.
Right.
When you walk in, it's like a machine, and your staff is just like great hospitality. Go talk about that pride.
That's right. But just like you mentioned, the Dunbar community, I came in the day before, we scouted out exactly how it was going to set. Everything was strategically placed, all the food items, because for us, it's all about, the food is great, right? We've already mastered that, but it's also a presentation. You know, you want to be able to catch the eye of the customer. You want them to say, wow, I love the way they put that spread out. Wow, I love how they set that up. So presentation and obviously great food is really what catering is all about. Because you can just throw everything in a pot and put it in a chafing dish, but the presentation is really what people want to see.
And I love the idea of actually you guys listen to me. Say, Lee, what do you want? I kind of like, I'm a real busy dude, but I kind of like, hey, kind of run with it, but make sure you do this and I'm good. I think I didn't even get too much into the food. I just like, hey, here's the pricing. And then I said, this is where I want you to be seated in it because I have it all in my head logistically. You guys work with me on that. Some people come in, they're just going to do it one way. That's their way, no matter what. You just have to, you listen to the customer. How important is that, Loren, to listen to the customer?
that's very important because when I go somewhere and I spend my money, I want my money's worth. I want people to hear what I have to say. and cater to my needs. So we also do that at Southern Charm Bistro.
I'll be getting with you guys. I got a couple events coming up soon. Blah, blah, blah. You guys got that on lock. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Okay. So when people, before you guys leave here today, we've gone over all the food right here. I want you to name some other things that are on your menu so people want, either one of you can take it, but I don't want to limit it to what I just said. I want people to have a great understanding of your menu. Which one you want to just kind of hit some key points on your menu.
So right now, during our dinner service, we're serving a king snapper over jasmine rice. And then we also have a grouper and grits with like a nice cream sauce on it. That's really popular, so people order that. We also have our oxtail, of course, is on the menu. Oh, I recently did like a meatloaf meatball. So it's like your traditional meatloaf that's really tender, but I just shape it a little different. So I shape it into small meatballs. We do it over polenta, like Parmesan polenta, and a little bit of green bean on top. So it's the same, like when you, like if mom makes you, meatloaf, you got your green beans usually, you got your usually it's mashed potato or white rice, but I put the cheesy polenta on the bottom. So people really enjoy that. So I kind of change it up, add new things, test it out, see what people like, and if people go for it, then I keep it on the menu for the following week. So that's kind of I'm always in testing stage.
I'm focused on this this fried chicken. That's all I'm focused on.
So yeah, and of course our fried chicken will never leave the menu, and our biscuits, of course. So
Special events at your place. What's the process? If you want to have your event?
the process is just sending us an email at southerncharmbistro@gmail.com. Our website has all of that information. Just say, hey, this is the date I want to do the event. This is the type of menu that I want, and then we kind of correspond. We make it really simple, make it really easy.
Mention the boroughs.
And then, we do have an upcoming event I wanted to mention too. September 28th is a Saturday at the Borough Home, which is off of First Street, downtown. We're doing a fundraiser. So we're actually doing the food. It's going to be Southern tapas and wine, but it's a fundraiser for Mr. McCarter. So that's coming up soon. So we're trying to sell some tickets. So we need y'all to buy some tickets.
Okay, that Burroughs Home's a nice place. Y'all gonna be out there on that back by that water?
That's
Yes.
Yeah, I've taken my shows out there several times.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Great setting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Have you guys on the show. I'll be in touch. And I want everybody to know, my favorite restaurant in the state of Florida was Southern Charm Bistro. Don't be surprised you come in there and see me sitting in there, see these mugs propped up in there.
Right.
It's great hospitality. When you go there, tell them Lee Pitt sent you. And can't wait to see you over there at Southern Charm Bistro with your events as well. So I want you to remember, Miami might have the oranges, but Southern Charm Bistro has got the
juice.
They got the juice. We'll see you.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello, everybody. This is Lee. I'm so glad that you watched that particular show. And if you enjoyed that show, we got other shows like that. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch Lee Pitts Live on demand anytime. And also hit us up on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live, and there you go.